I stand in the midst of a warm, golden glow, the soft hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses creating a soothing melody that fills the air. The floor beneath my feet is made of polished hardwood, its smooth texture a gentle caress with each step. I'm at a casual gathering, surrounded by friends and acquaintances, the atmosphere relaxed, and I stand in the midst of a warm, golden glow, the soft hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses creating a soothing melody that fills the air. The floor beneath my feet is made of polished hardwood, its smooth texture a gentle caress with each step. I'm at a casual gathering, surrounded by friends and acquaintances, the atmosphere relaxed and intimate. The scent of wine and cheese wafts through the air, mingling with the sweet aroma of freshly baked bread. I breathe in deeply, feeling the tension in my body begin to ease. As I glance around the room, my eyes land on my boyfriend, Ethan, who's standing by the bar, a drink in hand. We've been together for a while now, and I thought we had a good understanding of each other. But as I watch him laugh and chat with someone, I feel a pang of uncertainty. We were just discussing a story about a couple we know, and the conversation took an unexpected turn. I'm just saying, we can't know for sure why he keeps her around, I say, trying to keep my tone light, but it must be because she brings some value to his life. Ethan's expression changes, his eyes narrowing slightly as he sets his drink down. What value does a woman bring to a man? He asks, his voice tinged with a hint of skepticism. I feel a flutter in my chest, a sense of unease creeping in. Well, I think it's not just about materialistic things, I reply, trying to keep my voice steady. Maybe she brings emotional support or companionship. There are many ways to bring value to someone's life. Ethan raises an eyebrow, his gaze piercing. Normally, you can see the value a man brings to a woman, he says, his tone dripping with condescension. But women don't bring the same tangible things. I feel a surge of defensiveness, my heart rate increasing as I try to process his words. That's not true, I say, my voice firm but controlled. Value isn't just about material things. Maybe you're only viewing it in a tangible sense. Ethan's expression remains unchanged, his eyes glinting with a challenge. So, what value do you bring to my life, Ava? He asks, his voice low and husky. I feel like I've been punched in the gut, my breath catching in my throat. The room around me begins to spin, the sounds and smells blurring together as I struggle to comprehend his question. That's a question only you can answer, I reply, trying to keep my tone neutral. Ethan's face twists into a scowl, his eyes flashing with annoyance. I don't see it, he says, his voice dripping with disdain. I don't know what value you bring to my life. I feel a wave of hurt wash over me, my eyes stinging as I try to hold back tears. I'm not going to answer that, I say, my voice firm, trying to keep my emotions in check. I won't let you belittle me or make me feel less than. Ethan's expression darkens, his jaw clenched in frustration. Tell me, Ava, he presses, his voice rising. What value do you bring to my life? I take a step back, my heart racing as I try to create some distance between us. I'm not going to engage in this conversation, I say, my voice firm. If I add no value to your life, then maybe I shouldn't be here. The room around us falls silent, the only sound the soft hum of the background music. Ethan's face twists in anger, his eyes blazing with resentment. You're just going to leave. He spits, his voice venomous. You've wasted my time, Ava. I feel a chill run down my spine as I turn to walk away, the sound of my heels clicking on the floor echoing through the silence. I know I've made the right decision, but the pain and hurt are still raw, still throbbing like an open wound. As I step out into the cool night air, I'm hit with the reality of my situation. I'm pregnant, and my emotions are a mess. Ethan was inebriated last night, and I'm not sure if his words were truly his or just the product of too much drink. Part of me wants to reach out, to try and talk things through, to see if there's still a chance for us. But another part of me is screaming to close the door, to accept the reality of my situation, and to move on. I take a deep breath, feeling the cool air fill my lungs, and begin to walk away from the gathering, away from Ethan, and into the unknown. The The sound of my footsteps echoes through the night, a reminder that I'm alone and that I have a long, difficult road ahead of me. The city lights twinkle around me, a million tiny stars that seem to pulse with the rhythm of my heart. I feel the weight of my decision settling upon me, the knowledge that I'm about to embark on a journey that will change my life forever. As I walk, the sounds of the city begin to fade into the background, replaced by the sound of my own thoughts. I think about Ethan, about our conversation, and about the pain he's caused me. I think about the baby growing inside me, and the uncertainty that lies ahead. I think about the future, and the choices I'll have to make. The world around me is a blur, a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds that seem to swirl together in a maddening dance. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of a precipice, staring into the abyss, with no safety net to catch me if I fall. The ringing in my ears is a constant reminder of the turmoil that's brewing inside me. It's a sound that's both familiar and yet utterly alien. It's the sound of my heart breaking, of my world shattering into a million pieces. I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of emotions, with no lifeline to cling to. The pain is overwhelming, a crushing weight that threatens to consume me whole. And yet, even in the midst of all this chaos, I feel a glimmer of hope. It's a small, flickering flame that burns deep within me, a flame that refuses to be extinguished. It's the flame of resilience, of determination, of the human spirit. It's the flame that will guide me through the darkness, that will lead me to a brighter future, one that's filled with promise and possibility. As I walk, the city lights begin to fade into the distance, replaced by the darkness of the unknown. I feel like I'm stepping into the void, with no safety net to catch me if I fall. But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid because I know that I'm strong, that I'm capable of overcoming any obstacle. I'm not afraid because I know that I have a purpose, a reason for being, and that reason is the baby growing inside me, the tiny human who's depending on me for survival. The sound of my footsteps echoes through the night, a reminder that I'm alive, that I'm still standing. It's a sound that's both powerful and fragile, a sound that's full of hope and uncertainty. It's the sound of my heart beating, of my soul stirring. It's the sound of me, Ava Morales, a woman who's been broken but not defeated. Pause 1. I stand in the midst of a warm, golden glow, the soft hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses creating a soothing melody that fills the air. The floor beneath my feet is made of polished hardwood, its smooth texture a gentle caress with each step. I'm at a casual gathering, surrounded by friends and acquaintances, the atmosphere relaxed and intimate. My boyfriend, Ethan, stands beside me, his eyes locked onto mine as we engage in a discussion. The topic is nothing too serious, just a story about a couple we know, and I'm sharing my thoughts on their relationship. As I speak, I notice the way the light reflects off the glasses on the table, casting a tiny rainbow on the surface. The air is filled with the sweet scent of wine and the savory aroma of appetizers, making my stomach growl with hunger. I take a sip of my drink, the cool liquid sliding down my throat, and continue my story. Ethan listens intently, his expression thoughtful, and I can see the gears turning in his mind. As we talk, the conversation takes a turn, and we start discussing the value of the woman in the man's life. I'm saying that we can't know for sure why the man keeps the woman around, but it must be because she brings some value to his life. Ethan's expression changes, his eyes narrowing slightly, and he starts to speak. His voice is low and measured, but I can sense a hint of apprehension beneath the surface. What value does a woman bring to a man? He asks, his words hanging in the air like a challenge. I feel a flutter in my chest, a sense of unease that I try to brush off. Well, value isn't just about material things, I say, trying to keep my tone light. Maybe you're only viewing it in a tangible sense, but there's so much more to it than that. Ethan's eyes lock onto mine, his gaze intense. Normally, you can see the value a man brings to a woman, he says, his voice dripping with a materialistic tone. But women don't bring the same. I feel a surge of bewilderment, my mind reeling with the implications of his words. I try to keep the conversation going, to steer it back to a more positive topic. But Ethan's words have left a sour taste in my mouth. I'm starting to feel a sense of discomfort, a creeping sense of unease that I try to shake off. And then he makes it personal. "What value do you bring to my life, Ava?" he asks, his voice low and husky. I feel like I've been punched in the gut, my breath catching in my throat. I try to speak, to find the right words, but my mind is a jumble of emotions. "That's a question only you can answer," I say finally, trying to keep my tone neutral. Ethan's expression doesn't change, but I can sense a flicker of emotion behind his eyes. "I don't see it," he says, his voice flat. "I don't know." I feel a wave of anger wash over me, mixed with a deep sense of hurt. "I'm not going to answer that," I say, my voice firm. "I won't let you belittle me or make me feel less than." The room around us seems to fade away, the conversation and laughter of our friends receding into the background. It's just Ethan and me, locked in a silent struggle. I can feel the tension in the air, a palpable sense of discomfort that's making my skin crawl. Ethan's eyes never leave mine, his gaze intense and unyielding. "Tell me, Ava," he says, his voice low and insistent. "What value do you bring to my life?" I shake my head, my heart pounding in my chest. "I'm not going to play this game," I say, my voice firm. "If I add no value to your life, then maybe I should just leave." The words hang in the air, a challenge and a threat. Ethan's expression changes, his eyes flashing with anger. "You're just going to leave," he says, his voice rising. "You've wasted my time, Ava." The sound of his words is like a slap in the face, a harsh reminder of the reality of our situation. I feel a surge of emotions, a mix of anger and hurt and fear. I turn and walk away, leaving Ethan standing alone in the midst of the party. As I walk, the floor beneath my feet seems to stretch out before me, a long and winding road that I'm not sure I'm ready to travel. The sound of my heels clicking on the hardwood is like a death knell, a reminder that our relationship is over. I can feel the weight of my emotions bearing down on me, a crushing sense of sadness and loss. I make my way to the door, the cool night air a welcome respite from the tension and discomfort of the party. As I step outside, I feel a sense of freedom, a sense of release. I take a deep breath, the cool air filling my lungs, and let my eyes adjust to the darkness. The world around me is quiet and still, the only sound the distant hum of traffic and the creaking of trees in the wind. I feel a sense of peace wash over me, a sense of calm that I haven't felt in a long time. I realize that I've been living in a state of emotional turmoil, a constant sense of uncertainty and doubt. As I stand there, the reality of my situation begins to sink in. I'm pregnant, and I'm alone. The thought is like a weight on my shoulders, a crushing sense of responsibility that I'm not sure I'm ready for. I feel a wave of fear wash over me, a sense of uncertainty that's making my heart pound in my chest. I think about Ethan, about the things he said and the way he made me feel. I realize that I deserve better, that I deserve to be loved and respected. I take a deep breath, the cool air filling my lungs, and let my eyes adjust to the darkness. As I stand there, I feel a sense of determination rising up within me. I'm going to be okay, I tell myself. I'm going to get through this, no matter what. I take another deep breath, the cool air filling my lungs, and start to walk away from the party, away from Ethan and the toxic relationship that's been weighing me down. The sound of my heels clicking on the pavement is like a declaration of independence, a statement of my freedom and my strength. I feel a sense of empowerment rising up within me, a sense of confidence that I haven't felt in a long time. I'm Ava Morales, and I'm ready to take on the world. As I walk, the city around me comes alive, the sounds and smells and sights of the urban landscape filling my senses. I feel a sense of wonder and excitement, a sense of possibility that's making my heart pound in my chest. I realize that I have a long and difficult road ahead of me, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready to face whatever challenges come my way, to overcome them and to emerge stronger and more resilient than ever before. The sound of a glass being set down firmly on a table echoes in my mind, a reminder of the conversation that started it all. I feel a sense of tension and discomfort, a sense of unease that's making my skin crawl, but I'm not going to let it get to me. I tell myself, I'm going to rise above it, to overcome it, and to emerge victorious. As I walk, the city around me fades into the background, and all that's left is the sound of my own heartbeat. I feel a sense of peace and calm, a sense of determination and strength. I'm Ava Morales, and I'm ready to take on the world. Pause 1. I stand in the midst of a warm, golden glow. The soft hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses creating a soothing melody that fills the air. The floor beneath my feet is made of polished hardwood, its smooth texture a gentle caress with each step. I'm at a casual gathering, surrounded by friends and acquaintances, but my attention is focused on the man standing in front of me, his eyes locked onto mine with an intensity that makes my heart skip a beat. Ethan, my boyfriend, is gazing at me with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism, his brow furrowed in a way that makes my stomach twist into knots. We're discussing a couple we know, a topic that started out lighthearted but has taken a turn into deeper, more complex territory. I'm trying to explain my perspective, to convey the idea that the value a woman brings to a man's life can't be measured solely in material terms. But Ethan's responses are making me feel like I'm speaking a different language, like he's not hearing me at all. What value does a woman bring to a man? He asks, his voice low and even, but with a hint of challenge that makes my hackles rise. I take a deep breath, trying to choose my words carefully. Value isn't just about material things, Ethan. It's about the emotional support, the companionship, the love and connection we share. I'm trying to keep my tone calm, but I can feel a lump forming in my throat, a sense of frustration and desperation creeping in. Ethan's expression doesn't change, but I can sense a shift in his demeanor, a subtle tightening of his jaw that makes me feel like I'm walking on eggshells. But how can you measure that? He presses, his eyes glinting with a hint of condescension. You can see the value a man brings to a woman. He provides for her, protects her, gives her a sense of security. But what does a woman bring to a man? I feel a surge of anger and hurt, a sense of betrayal that makes my heart racing. How can he not see the value I bring to his life? How can he not understand that our relationship is about so much more than just material possessions? I try to keep my cool, to explain it to him in a way that he can understand. But he's not listening. He's too busy trying to prove a point, to assert his own superiority. And then he makes it personal. What value do you bring to my life, Ava? He asks, his voice dripping with condescension, his eyes glinting with a challenge. I feel like I've been punched in the gut, like all the air has been sucked out of me. I'm trying to process what he's asking, to understand why he's doing this. But my mind is a jumble of emotions. I'm hurt, I'm angry, I'm scared. I'm trying to find the right words, to explain to him why his question is so hurtful. But all I can manage is a shaking whisper. That's a question only you can answer, Ethan. He shrugs, his expression unchanging. I don't see it, he says, his voice flat and unemotional. I don't know what value you bring to my life. I feel a wave of tears pricking at the corners of my eyes, a sense of desperation and despair that makes my throat constrict. I'm trying to hold it together, to keep my emotions in check, but it's no use. I'm shaking, my voice trembling as I speak. I'm not going to answer that question, Ethan. I'm not going to let you belittle me or make me feel like I'm not worthy. If you don't see the value I bring to your life, then maybe we shouldn't be together. Ethan's expression changes, his eyes flashing with anger. So you're just going to leave? He demands, his voice rising. You're just going to walk out on me? I nod, my heart racing, my mind reeling. Yes, I am. Because if I'm not valuable to you, then I don't want to be with you. The room around us seems to fade away, the sounds and smells receding into the background as I focus on the man in front of me. I can feel the weight of his gaze, the intensity of his emotions, and I know that I've made the right decision. I'm not going to stay in a relationship where I'm not valued, where I'm not seen as an equal. As I turn to walk away, Ethan's voice rings out behind me, his words cutting deep into my heart. You've wasted my time, Ava, he says, his tone cold and unemotional. I feel a sting of tears, a sense of pain and regret, but I don't look back. I keep walking, my feet carrying me away from the man who's hurt me, away from the relationship that's no longer serving me. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I know that I deserve better. I deserve to be with someone who values me, who sees me as an equal, who loves me for who I am. As I step out into the cool night air, I feel a sense of freedom, a sense of release. I'm not sure what's ahead, but I know that I'm ready to face it, to take on whatever challenges come my way. I'm pregnant, and my emotions are a mess, but I'm determined to be strong, to be brave, to be the best version of myself. The city streets are quiet, the only sound the soft hum of traffic in the distance. I breathe in deeply, feeling the cool air fill my lungs, and I know that I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get through this, to come out stronger on the other side. I'm Ava Morales, and I'm a survivor.
Hello, I'm Dr. Julian Reed, a clinical psychologist with a specialization in interpersonal relationships and trauma. I've been presented with the case of Ava Morales and Ethan Thompson, a complex and emotionally charged situation that warrants a thorough analysis. As I delve into the details of their story, I'll provide an objective and professional assessment, drawing from my expertise in the field. Initially, it's essential to acknowledge the emotional intensity that surrounds Ava and Ethan's relationship. The depth of their feelings for each other is palpable, and it's clear that their bond has been forged through shared experiences, mutual understanding, and a strong emotional connection. However, it's equally important to recognize the underlying issues that have led to the current state of their relationship. From the information provided, it appears that Ava and Ethan have been navigating a tumultuous relationship, marked by periods of intense passion and affection, followed by episodes of conflict, hurt, and betrayal. This push-and-pull dynamic has created a sense of emotional whiplash, leaving both individuals feeling uncertain, vulnerable, and struggling to maintain a sense of stability. One of the primary concerns in this situation is the presence of unresolved trauma and unaddressed emotional wounds. Ava, in particular, seems to be carrying a significant amount of emotional baggage, stemming from past experiences that have left her feeling insecure, anxious, and fearful of abandonment. Ethan, on the other hand, appears to be grappling with his own set of issues, including a tendency to prioritize his own emotional needs over Ava's, which has led to feelings of resentment and hurt. As a clinician, it's crucial to acknowledge the role of attachment styles in this relationship. Ava's anxious, preoccupied attachment style is evident in her need for constant reassurance and validation from Ethan, while his dismissive-avoidant tendencies have led him to prioritize his own emotional distance and independence. This mismatch in attachment styles has created a sense of disconnection and frustration, as Ava's needs for intimacy and closeness are consistently at odds with Ethan's desire for space and autonomy. Furthermore, the power dynamics in this relationship are also worth exploring. Ethan's tendency to prioritize his own needs and desires has created an imbalance in the relationship, leaving Ava feeling powerless and unheard. This has led to a sense of resentment and anger, which has manifested in Ava's behavior, causing Ethan to feel defensive and withdrawn. In order to move forward, it's essential for both Ava and Ethan to engage in a process of self-reflection and introspection. They must be willing to confront their own emotional wounds, acknowledge their attachment styles, and work towards developing a more secure and balanced approach to their relationship. This will require a commitment to open and honest communication, active listening, and a willingness to compromise and find common ground. As their therapist, my goal would be to create a safe and non-judgmental space for Ava and Ethan to explore their feelings, concerns, and desires. Through a combination of individual and joint sessions, I would work with them to identify patterns and dynamics that are contributing to their distress and develop strategies for building a more resilient and fulfilling relationship. Ultimately, the success of this therapeutic process will depend on the willingness of both Ava and Ethan to engage in this work and to commit to the process of growth, healing, and transformation. As their therapist, I would remain neutral and objective, providing guidance and support as they navigate the complexities of their relationship and work towards creating a more secure, loving, and lasting bond.